Good morning, students. I Neelam am here. Today, I am going to teach you Unit 2 Sports and Nutrition. Today, my topic is macro and micronutrients. First of all, here you see this components of diet that those are nutrients. We call those nutrients, and these are of two type, macro and micro. In macro, we include carbohydrates, fats, proteins, water. And in micro, we include vitamins and minerals. So we are going to study about micro and macronutrients. Okay, we can say that both type of nutrients are important for our health. We can say both categories of food, macro and micro, are important to your health, but for different reasons. We need both macronutrients to help with energy, and we need micronutrients to help our body to be healthy and digest those macronutrients. So both type of nutrients are important for you, macro and micro. So let's study macro and micronutrients. On the basis of the amount of nutrients required by the human body, they are classified in the following two categories. Macronutrients. Those nutrients which are required in large amounts are called as macronutrients. These provide energy and are required for growth and maintenance of body to perform activities. These include carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and water. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are macronutrients. We call these macronutrients and are also called proximate principles because they form the main bulk of diet. Main bulk of diet is provided by macronutrients. In Indian means they contribute to the total energy intake in the following proportion: carbohydrates 55 to 60%, protein 10 to 15%, and fats 20 to 30%. Water does not provide energy, but it is a vital nutrient required in large quantity for functioning of metabolic processes in the body. You should know about the metabolic processes. Relating to metabolism, the whole range of biochemical processes that occur within us or any living organism. It is often used to refer specifically to the breakdown of food and its transformation into energy. So metabolism, that is very necessary process for the maintenance of a living organism. Okay, so metabolism, it is very necessary process for a living organism for the maintenance, for the process of maintenance and various regulatory functions. Therefore it is called considered a macronutrient. These include carbohydrates. You will read this. Carbohydrates are the sugars, starches, and fibers found in fruits, grains, vegetables, and milk products. Okay. They are the most important source of energy and provide 4 per gram. They 4 calorie per gram. They contain elements of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The ratio between hydrogen and oxygen in carbohydrates is 2:1. Like water, these compounds are important for different digestive functions in our body. So types of carbohydrates are simple carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates are mono, here monosaccharide. These are monosaccharides are simple single units of sugars like glucose, fructose, and galactose. Here disaccharides are when two monosaccharides are combined together. These are maltose, glucose, lactose, glucose plus galactose, and sucrose, glucose plus fructose. Simple sugars, mono and disaccharides are found in fruits, sucrose, glucose, and fructose. Milk, lactose, and sweets that are produced commercially are and added to foods to sweeten, prevent spoilage, or improve structure and texture. These carbohydrates digest quickly, are sweet in taste, and soluble in water. Complex carbohydrates. These are polysaccharides are more than 2 units of monosaccharides joined together. These are starches and fiber, cellulose. These are also called complex sugars and are found in whole grain cereals, rice, oats, potatoes, bread, legumes, corn, and flour. These digest slowly. These are not sweet in taste like starch in potatoes and insoluble in water. All these carbohydrates have to be broken down to the smallest unit, that is glucose, to get absorbed and utilized in the body. However, cellulose and other large carbohydrate molecules can't be digested in the human digestive tract and are termed as fiber or non-available carbohydrates. Sugars and starches can be digested and utilized for various bodily functions, hence are known as available carbohydrates. Diets rich in complex carbohydrates are healthier than low fiber diets based on refined and processed food. Sources of carbohydrates are pasta, rice, cereal grains, breads, milk, fruit, root vegetables, sugar, and products that are sweetened like jams, jellies, etc. Honey, jaggery. Fiber is present in whole grains, cereal, whole wheat atta, whole pulses, green leafy vegetables, peas, carrot, beans, and other vegetables, fruits like guava, apple, orange, pineapple, etc. So functions of here of carbohydrates are they provide energy for working muscles. They provide fuel for the central nervous system. They help enabling fat metabolism. They help preventing protein from being used as energy. Then comes fats. Fats, we can say lipids. Lipids or dietary fats, a broader term used for both oils and fats. Fats contain carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen in the percentage of 76, 12, and 12. Means we can say here carbon it is 76%, oxygen 12%, and hydrogen it is 12% respectively. Fats are made up of fatty acids. They provide more calories as compared to other constituents of food. They are essential for the absorption of vitamins like A. Vitamins, these are names of vitamins A, D, E, and K. They are good source of energy. Fats provide energy 9 kcal per gram. Fats are derived from the following two sources, animal sources. It consists of meat and dairy products such as milk, butter, cheese, and egg yolk. Vegetable sources, it consists of here animal sources are it consists of meat and dairy products such as milk, butter, cheese, and egg yolk. Vegetable sources, it consists of various edible oils of groundnut, mustard, cottonseed, sunflower, and coconut. Types of fats are here. Fatty acids are classified as saturated or unsaturated fats depending upon the presence of double bond in their chemical structure. Types of fats are here. Saturated fat, it is a solid at room temperature. It is mostly present in animal foods such as, we can say saturated fat, it is solid at room temperature. It is mostly present in animal foods such as milk, cheese, and meat, and is also called as animal fat. Saturated fat can raise your cholesterol level. It has been recommended that the intake of saturated fats be kept less than 7% of total calories. Desi ghee, butter, cheese, cream, red meats, baked products, and other full fat dairy products are the main sources of saturated fats in most diets. Coconut and palm oils also contain saturated fats. Then comes unsaturated fat. It is liquid at room temperature. It is mostly present in oils from plants. If you eat unsaturated fat instead of saturated fat, it may help to improve your cholesterol level. It is of two types: monounsaturated fat. It is mostly present in vegetable oils such as canola, olive, and peanut oils. It helps to lower your bad LDL cholesterol and keeps good HDL cholesterol level high. Polyunsaturated fat. It is mostly present in vegetable oils such as sunflower, soybean, corn oils, etc. It also helps to lower your bad LDL cholesterol level. Then trans fat. Trans fat are unsaturated fat which may be monosaturated or polyunsaturated. Here, monounsaturated or polyunsaturated, it is a fat that has been changed by process called hydrogenation. It is mostly present in processed food, snacks, cookies, etc. Trans fat can raise your cholesterol level, so eat as little trans fat as possible to live healthy. Sources: dietary fats can be obtained from visible as well as invisible sources. Visible sources are ghee, butter, cooking oil, etc., while invisible sources include nuts, cereals, pulses, milk, eggs, meat, etc. Invisible fat contributes significantly to the total fat and essential fatty acid content of diet depending on the foodstuffs present in the diet. The total fat, visible plus invisible, should provide between 15 to 30% of total calories required, and contribution of visible fat should be restricted to 20 to 30 gram per day depending upon the physical activity level of the individual. Functions of fats are here. Fats have various functions in the human body as given below. Fats are stored in body and are used as emergency sources of energy. Fats are important sources of energy for long duration activities and important for proper functioning of glands and other internal organs. It helps in transportation of fat soluble vitamin A, D, E, and K. It helps in blood clotting. It helps in maintenance of skin and hair. Our diet should consist of 5 to 10% of fat. Higher Higher intake of fat increases risk of obesity and many heart diseases. Here, fats maintain body temperature and protect it from the effect of external temperature. They make a body soft and oily. Then comes proteins. Proteins are the building blocks of body, from hair to nails, muscles to skin, organs to blood, hormones to enzymes. Protein is major structure and functional component of our body. Proteins contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sometimes sulfur. Proteins are very large molecules, so they can't get directly into our blood. So they are broken into amino acids by our digestive system. The, there are 23 amino acids found in proteins, and out of these, 9 amino acids are essential for us. These 9 essential amino acids can't be synthesized by the body and have to be supplied in the diet. Proteins help in growth and building new cells and repair the present ones. Depending on the availability of these essential amino acids in food, they are classified as complete protein foods, partially complete protein foods, and incomplete protein foods. Complete protein foods are those which contain all essential amino acids in adequate amounts. These food sources include foods from animal sources like eggs, meats and milk products, meat products, and a plant source, soybean, that contains all essential amino acids. Protein quality is determined by the presence of complete protein foods in the diet. It improves the absorption and utilization of protein in the body. Partially complete protein foods are those which are lacking in any one essential amino acid. Example: cereals and pulses. Cereals lack lysine and pulses lack methionine. To improve the protein quality, cereals and pulses can be taken together in a meal or can be combined with sources of complete protein foods. Incomplete proteins are those which are lacking in more than one essential amino acid. An example of this protein is maize protein. Lack of proteins can cause energy deficiency in the body. Anemia is lack of blood. Low level of immunity, loss of weight, dry skin, and irritability. Protein requirement for Indian adults is 1 gram per kilogram body weight. According to RDA 2010 2010 ICMR, thus for a man weighing 60 kg, the protein requirement would be 16 gram per day. 60 gram 60 gram per day. The protein requirement would be 60 gram per day. In terms of percentage of total energy intake, protein intake should be between 10 to 15% of total energy consumed. In no case it should exceed 35% of total energy intake. Protein requirement, however, may increase to up to 2 gram per kg body weight during sports and exercise depending upon the type of sports and duration and intensity of training. Too little or excess intake of protein have health implications. Hence, protein should be consumed as required and recommended. The disease caused due to deficiency of proteins are kwashiorkor and marasmus. Sources, there are two main dietary sources of protein: animal sources and plant sources. In animal sources, it consists of meat, fish, egg, milk, cheese, etc. And plant sources, it consists of pulses, cereals, nuts, beans, peas, etc. Functions of proteins are here: various functions in the human body as given below. Protein has various functions in the human body as given below. Here, functions. Here, repair and maintenance. Protein is termed the building block of the body and is vital in the maintenance of body tissue, including development and repair. Source of energy. Protein is major source of energy, creation of some hormones. Protein is involved in the creation of some hormones. These substances help to control body functions that involve the interaction of several organs, transportation and storage of molecules. Protein is major element in transportation of certain molecules. Antibodies. Protein forms antibodies that help prevent infection, illness, and disease. Then comes water. Water is very important element of food or diet. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, as you know. H2O, water. Elements is 2 is to 1. Elements of hydrogen 2 and oxygen 1. This combination of hydrogen and oxygen, H2O, we call water. Our blood contains 90% of water. Our blood contains 90% of water and it makes up to 60% of the total weight of an individual. Water helps to regulate nutrients of food in the body cells. It is also very useful for excretion of waste products from the body. It regulates the body temperature. A normal person requires 4 to 5 liters of water every day. How much water should be consumed by a normal person? It should be 4 to 5 liters every day. Sources: our body gets water mainly by ingestion of water in the form of liquids, water taken as such or in the form of beverages like tea, coffee, fruit juices, and aerated drinks. In other foods like vegetables, fruits, milk, cereals, and pulses, water is present in invisible form. It is present in invisible form. It is important that clean, safe, and wholesome water is consumed in order to avoid waterborne diseases such as diarrhea, dysentery, and cholera. So, we all should take safe water. We should drink safe water. Okay. The functions of water. Water has various functions in the human body as given below. It helps to remove poisonous substances and waste products from the body. It helps in food digestion. It helps to form body fluids, that is plasma of the blood, the lymph and digestive juices. It protects the bones from becoming dry and brittle. It helps in blood circulation. It helps to maintain the body temperature. It helps to supply mineral salts to the body. So in the next video, we will study about macronutrients. Okay. Whatever I have taught today, you will learn. Okay. Till then, stay alert, stay healthy, mask yourself, take proper care, because health is also wealth. So take care and listen to your parents also. Thank you. Have a nice day.